Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
Intergovernment agency collaboration pays off as the Standards Organization of Nigeria receives substandard armored cables from Nigerian Customs Service worth millions of naira, plus special focus on enforcement of standards by the Standards Organization of Nigeria. What benefit is it to Nigerians? We will tell you after this short break.
My name now Mr. Shortcut. I dey mind my money. Now cheap one I dey buy. Now who can cable for my yard? A cheap building material where we take build my office. I think say I dey save money. Office building collapse and fire burn my house.
Standards Organization of Nigeria (SON) don ready for action and say enough of pain, loss and wastage. If you see product wey no dey correct, call the SON office wey near you.
SON dey say.
Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving life through standards.
Welcome back. The program is Standard and You and is brought to you by the Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON. My name is Ifoma Okonkwo and it's my pleasure bringing the program to you. A 20-feet container loaded with substandard armored cables have been handed over to the Standards Organization of Nigeria. Please take a look.
These are communication cables seized by officials of the Nigeria Customs Service at their Papa ports in Lagos. The seized item, falsely declared by the importers as goods made in Nigeria. Upon investigation, it was discovered that the cables were manufactured in China and imported into Nigeria from China. The seizure, no doubt, is a classical demonstration of interagency collaboration, which officials of both agencies agreed has continued to yield positive results. SON's Assistant Director Compliance, Matthias Makwe, received the seized items on behalf of the Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria. He expressed delight at the collaborative effort, adding that it is in the best interest of the Nigerian consumer.
We are going to carry out full investigation of these cables by the virtue establishing us. Remember our visionary statement, improving life through standardization and quality assurance. We're going to carry out the full quality control of this, then we'll be able to give custom full details of our reports and investigation.
The seizure is coming barely 3 weeks after the SON impounded containers carrying fake and substandard products in Lagos.
They should do genuine business. Non-compliance face the wrath of the law.
I guess you're wondering why some Nigerians keep doing the wrong things at the expense of others. These unpatriotic Nigerians are always driven by a selfish motive. The beauty of it all is that the regulatory agencies are up to the challenge. This brings us to our next story and enforcement of the Standards Organization of Nigeria. Who benefits? Let's find out.
Standard has been defined as a level of quality. Nations the world over, through their various standards organizations, strive to attain minimum level of quality in the production of goods and services. Such goods, whether manufactured locally or imported into the country, must conform with each country's industrial standard. In Nigeria, the Standards Organization of Nigeria is saddled with the responsibility of checking the distribution and importation of fake and substandard products. It is a Herculean task, but one the agency has continued to record giant strides in tackling the menace of fake and substandard products. Importers of such products are not only greedy, but audacious. However, officials of the SON have proven over the years that they are not daunted and have continued to develop measures to check the activities of fakers and unscrupulous importers. Although the SON is not at the ports, the agency, through interagency collaboration and strategic surveillance, has continued to uncover warehouses where such goods are produced and stored. This warehouse at Apapa is one of such locations. Substandard domestic products with a street value of over 3 million naira were impounded by the agency at the beginning of the year. Officials of the SON also intercepted trucks loaded with electric cables, fridges, and other items at the Apapa port. The latest is the seizure made by the Nigeria Customs Service and handed over to the SON. Communication cables with a street value of over 300 million naira were impounded.
I have with me in the studio Engineer Bid Obai, Director Compliance of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, to provide insights into the SON's enforcement of standards. You're welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much, and good evening, Nigerians.
Sir, you're in charge of compliance at the SON. What is your duty?
Thank you very much. First, the mandate of the Standards Organization of Nigeria is to elaborate industrial standards for products that are made in this country and those that are imported into this country. In doing that, we have to ensure that there is compliance. It is not just putting the standards down. The standards are just documents. It will have to put effect to the standards. So it is the monitoring and the enforcement of these standards that fall under my directorate, called the Inspectorate and Compliance Directorate of the Standards Organization of Nigeria. And that means that the activities of the organization towards ensuring that everybody, be he a manufacturer, a consumer, or an importer, comply with the requirements of the various standards for the products, so that at the end of the day, we are looking at total safety, the safety of Nigerians from consuming fake and illicit products, substandard products that will endanger the lives of Nigerians. So that is the main focus of the Directorate of Inspectorate and Compliance of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, ensuring that Nigerians get value for their money when they buy things.
Nice. Can you take us through with what you've been doing in the past 10 years in your directorate?
Of course. Compliance with the standard is as good as saying what has the organization been doing since its inception. We ensure that the standards are on ground by making sure that we have the various industrial standards for the products. And after getting the standards, we now move out with the standards to give it effect by ensuring that we put up strategies to ensure that, one, everybody knows about the standard. That's about awareness, engaging the stakeholders, telling people about the standards, and also monitoring that those who are having these standards are actually using the standards for in line with the requirements of the standard. Yes. Because when you pick up a standard, you need to go to the standard, know what and what are the various specifications for the product for which you want to produce. When you produce this product, it must also be checked that it complies with the requirements of the standard. So where that is exactly what SON wants everybody, whether a manufacturer, whether an importer, or a consumer, to ensure that what is taken cannot kill him. That if you are building a house, that house is not going to collapse over you because you have gotten all the components of the material in their right specifications. If you are buying a shoe, you will want to buy the shoe that will last you for some years. If you want to buy a household electrical equipment, you want it to last for many years. Not just that as you are picking the product from the shop, as you are leaving the shop, the product has started disappointing you. And sometimes when you notice it on the road and you go back to say, please, it's not what I wanted, you may have the worst of the day by somebody beating you before even giving you, even telling you that it is not, the man who begged you to enter his shop is now driving you out of the shop as if you did something else, because it's not giving you the product that complies with the requirements of the standard. So SON has been in that forefront, ensuring that manufacturers, for those who are producing in this country, we have our mandatory conformity assessment program, which MANCAP certification scheme, which ensures that before you take your products out of your factory, you must make sure that you have tested. You must have a quality control department that will check the quality of what you have produced before it gets out of out of your factory to the consumer. Then SON will also come to monitor that you are doing it right, that all the various lines of all the critical control points along the production chain are properly monitored, so that the product that is coming out of the factory is wholesome, and somebody taking the product is going to be happy that he has bought it, and your image is also there being restored. Because when a consumer buys your product and is happy with your product, it tells 9 others, and if it has that multiplier effect, you are going to be happy. You will be reaping your returns on investment. That's the essence of production. And then government of the day will be happy that the youths are employed, the economy is growing, and everybody is happy that made in Nigeria products are taking the show. But because Nigeria cannot shut its borders away from other countries, we have an alternative to the mandatory conformity assessment program, which is the Standards Organization of Nigeria Conformity Assessment Program, SONCAP, which is an offshore conformity assessment program where you have to contact the person you want to buy goods overseas to make sure that he gets in touch with one of the 4 accredited agents appointed by the Standards Organization of Nigeria overseas to carry out these prior testing before the goods come into this country. And these are SGS, Intertech, CCIC of China, and and Cotecna. These 4 companies are world-class testing companies that SON has engaged. So if you contact any of them, they will now, that's the manufacturer overseas, will now contact them and get the product tested first. The certificate they are going to give that inquirer is called a product certificate. That manufacturer will now give it to the man in Nigeria and said, I have tested my product with your accredited agent, and this product complies with the requirements of Nigerian standard. With that, you have now complied with the initial status, making sure you are bringing a product that meets the requirements of the Standards Organization of Nigeria.
How well would you say you have ensured compliance to standards?
Of course, from the feelers of the public, because we are serving Nigerians and we are getting feedbacks from the public. We are also interfacing with them on the roads, in the aircraft, and everywhere. And people are saying, keep it up. Because when we make sure that local industries take over the stage, it means that we shall be proud of made in Nigeria products. It means that people will have that confidence. The quality assurance is also built in there, so that when you consume these products, you are happy. And people will say, yes, it's made in Nigeria. I'm a proud Nigerian. And I have to make sure that everybody who consumes what is made in this country is happy that he has consumed a made in Nigeria product that can go to any part of the world. And that's what SON is preaching, made in Nigeria for the world. And when we are making it, when we are saying it is not SON that is doing it, it is with the collaboration of the stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? The manufacturers, the consumers, the general interest, people who come in to ensure that the standardization is correct in Nigeria, because Nigeria is a member of the International Organization for Standardization, ISO, and it is only through SON that every Nigerian can get access to that organization.
Interesting. So why do you think some Nigerians have continued to bring in fake and substandard products into
Of course, we say before you bring in any product into this country, please ask It is not just enough that you are looking for your middleman to say, please bring in these products for me. Pay duty, how much is it? Ask about the statutory and regulatory requirements covering that product you want to bring into this country. So that when the goods come in, you will give it express entry. That is what we are talking about, ease of doing business in Nigeria today. That's what the government of the day is preaching, that everybody should do it well. We're talking about legitimate trade, but we have all the laws. And so if people should make use of the opportunities created by these agencies of government, get to SON. You want to bring in this good. What is the standard for it? Once we give you and you send it to the manufacturer, that good will come in and will give it express entry. The same thing with the manufacturers. Why do you produce a product inside your bedroom and send it to the market to sell without anybody knowing? Assuming if somebody takes it and drops dead immediately, what is your concern? Is it the money you are picking or the joy that somebody is taking the product of your ingenuity? Because when you design, when you create a product according to some specifications that you feel like they are not there, why not validate this process? When you validate the process, when you pass through the regulatory agency, they will guide you and people will take your product and call for it again.
Are there challenges in the job? And what are you doing to address them?
Some people will get into their bedroom and go and label imported products as if they are made in Nigeria, especially the cables, because Nigeria-made cables are assumed to be the best in the world and the best in Africa. We are proud of that, and we're proud of the manufacturers, because they're always working with SON. They're always understanding the latest in technology, the requirements of the country, and that is why people are now in various shades, cloning various cables that are not made in Nigeria as if they are made in Nigeria. They import unbranded cables and clone them. Just go to the corner and use something to print brand names that are known in Nigeria. But some said it is not so. You saw the case of tire, where somebody is squeezing 5 tires into one, 4 tires into one, but attack Nigerians. That today, Nigerians are checking the beads of the tires before they buy. If there is any squeeze, please don't buy, because it means that tire has been stuffed into each other and it is not good. So that is why we are saying, if you want to buy tire, please check the rims. If you want to buy cylinders, LPG cylinders, we are promoting gas in Nigeria. And if we say cooking gas, if we say Nigerians should make use of cooking gas more than perhaps the other alternatives, it means that the container used in storing this gas must be of the right specification. It must be of the approved standard. And that's why SON is not playing with that product, because LPG cylinder is a bomb. And if you don't manage it well and it explodes, it will clear everywhere.
What are the measures put in place to check the inflows of these goods into Nigeria?
We have our operatives at the airports, at the borders, at the seaports. We have our market surveillance teams. We have our teams, monitoring and inspection teams, that keep on moving from one company to the other to check what they are doing. And this is exactly what we're saying. These teams are live, covering the 36 states of the Federation, so that if we have any information, we act immediately. If we see, and if we get information now, in the next 10 minutes, our operatives are there. We have all the linkages, we have all the, in fact, we thank all the various other agencies of government, especially the Nigerian Police Force and the Nigerian Custom Service. These are 2 critical partners of the Standards Organization of Nigeria. We have been doing much with them and will continue to do more for Nigerians. We continue to partner with them to ensure that Nigerians continue to enjoy the benefits of standardization. And that is the mandate of the Standards Organization of Nigeria.
Lastly, can you say the SON is winning the fight against substandard products?
We are happy because the general public has been sensitized. The stakeholders are alert to their responsibilities. People are coming out more to work with the Standards Organization of Nigeria in ensuring this. We have market associations now having standards committees in the associations that are doing the same thing of effective monitoring of their place, because they are the owners of the markets. And if they do not monitor these markets very well and they're waiting for SON to come, things may get wrong. And that's exactly why we're happy that we're winning the war. Nigerians are joining in the fact. Nigerians are giving us information. Nigerians now say see something and say something. And that's exactly what we're preaching. That before you buy any product in Nigeria, please look well to ensure that SON is part of that product you are trying to buy. That SON knows about it. You ask the man, please, is this certified by the Standards Organization of Nigeria? If he does not give you a reasonable answer, please run away from that product, because it means the man does not know well the product is buying, the product is selling, and that is what we want first, that you must know why you are giving that product to somebody, so that the person will get value for his money. And we are praying that Nigerians will continue to compare, especially the importers. Please, before you import, make sure you observe the guidelines of the Standards Organization of Nigeria with respect to importation, so that nobody challenges you on the road. Your goods come in and get in straight. You must register your products. You must get the SONCAP certificate for your products. You must also make sure that our operatives at the ports, the borders, the airports monitor, see what you are bringing in. Because the fact that we inspect these products gives us the assurance that what we have given the SONCAP certificate to is what is coming in. But if we don't inspect it and you smuggle the goods out of the ports, when issues come up, we will not be there for you. We say we don't know you, we don't know what you are doing.
Thank you so much, sir, for shedding more light on this department. It's been a pleasure talking to us on the program, and we look forward to having you on the program again soon.
Thank you
Best
very
wishes
much.
to you.
Thank you very much.
Next is feedback, and Alimot is our guide. Stay with us.
Hello, it's feedback time. I am Halimot Osifo. Our first message here is from Adegoke from Oshun. It says, I bought a washing machine from a store and barely 1 month it stopped working. What do I do? If it's a brand new product, it should come with a warranty which enables you demand for repair or replacement over a period of time. So go back to the store and make a complaint. If nothing is done about the issue, you can visit our office in Osun State. All right, Adegoke. Abubakar Zaki from Maiduguri says, son, no retreat, no surrender. May God protect you to continue to do good for our nation. Please, where is son's office in Maiduguri? Thank you, Abubakar. Our office in Maiduguri is at 38 Baga Road, Maiduguri. Olufemi Ogwade from Mowe says, please, where is your office in Ogun State? We have 2 zonal offices in Ogun State, but you can visit our Zone 2 office at number 6, Major Thompson Avenue of GRA Road, Sabo Shagamu, Ogun State. Anonymous message here says, God bless son. Please help us work on the standard of motorcycle spare parts, especially chain and socket. Thank you so much. We'll begin an investigation on that. Dorado Azul from Abuja says, thanks for the knowledge you impart on us. Unfortunately, I joined the program late, but the little knowledge I have gained is worthwhile. Thank you so much, Azul. Meanwhile, you can view any of the missed episodes so far online. Just go on YouTube, search for Standard and You, view, like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's the much we can take on the feedback segment of the program. For any information, you can call us on the number 07059724455. You can reach us on Facebook at Standard and You, Instagram and Twitter at Standard and You _. Or you send a mail to the address thestandardandyou@gmail.com. Next week is another time out with us. You can't afford to miss it. We have an interesting package for you.
Choose life and live. Buy original.